What it do, what it do, what it do. This is great grandson of We Rebuilding We.
Get every lighters out already, cause here one non-stop fire. Roll.
Block. This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Roll, Block, Prod, MNOGGCTV.
To the jungle. Some people will never be true. Dedicated to the jungle as a lion, I'm a eat. Ripping bundles full of food. I stay humble until you cross the line. Like conversating with me. Bunch of friends at one time. I add and multiply, divide them dead ends. I stay true to the game. Cause they are my true friends, and you can't change me from the man I am. I hustle hard from the AM to the PM. I need a big house, big yard, and the 2 BMs. And I ain't talking about baby mamas, I'm talking about wood grains. Hit the lane for the haters, keep the llama. A 7.6 the shell. Some people will never be true. I'm an eat with the bundles full of I see humble. Some people will never be true. Dedicated to the jungle as a lion, I'm an eat ripping bundles full of food. I stay humble until you cross the line. Like conversating with me. Bunch of friends at one time. I add and multiply, divide them dead ends. I stay true to the game. Cause they are my true friends, and you can't change me from the man I am. True, will never be true. Dedicated to the jungle as a lion, I'm an eat ripping bundles full of food. I stay humble until you cross the line. Like conversating with me. Bunch of friends at one time. I add and multiply, divide them dead ends. I stay true to the game. Cause they are my true friends, and you can't change me from the man I am. I hustle hard from the AM to the PM. I need a big house, big yard, and the 2 BMs. And I ain't talking about baby mamas, I'm talking about wood grains. Hit the lane for the haters, keep the llama. The 7.62s off the shelf. It's demon outside, living in hell. It's demon outside, living in hell. Where we dwell. Stay dangerous when you step up those doors. It's crazy, my G. It's too cold. Make sure you protect your neck. Have that thing on deck. Than I ever been before. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie. Go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie. Go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. The time is now, homie. Never walk with the blind and the phony. Separate the real from fake. Do the dirt while you're lonely. Will always keep a bunch of walls. I stay hungry, no lie. Focus like me. Major Missy G, major work, major recruits. Putting that work, they ready to eat plans. Gather thoughts, bring paper. The ones that know, they pay their dues. Say yo, you lose. Then it's Hill Street blues. Nobody can save you in your shoes. And someone's be the ooze. Lubricated. Wait for your lips to move instantly, son. You can fry, so you can visit. Tupac, Elvis, Left Eye, or B.I. Lubricated triple beams. WD spray sitting. Lubricated. Cop back, ready to hit you. See, life is what you make it, but some lose. But I've got nothing to lose. Some making their choices and some may choose. Some got their own options and some won't refuse. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas like me, you blow a fuse. Because I jump, I hustle.
This is Channel of We Rebuilding. This is Channel of We Rebuilding.
Yo, 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 what to do, my people, man? You know what it is, man. Great grandson in the building, man. Of We Rebuilding We. Not gonna be on here too long, but we're gonna have a quick reaction. You heard? We're gonna have a reaction. The 10 most insane police chases, man. This is the illest joint that I ever seen, man. I couldn't wait to share it with y'all, man. You heard? You heard? I couldn't wait to share it with y'all. This is something different, some different content. Everybody talking about the same thing over and over again, but like to come with something different. This is great grandson of We Rebuilding We. Let's go.
Number 10. Okay, so what really sets his first chase off for most is the fact that not a school bus, but its driver is actually a student at the very school from which the bus was stolen from. Airing on A&E's Live PD, this juvenile driver was barely old enough to be behind the wheel, let alone handling a 26-passenger bus. Considering he was already bound to be charged, this young driver decided to swerve all over the road, at one point even heading into oncoming traffic. However, rather than colliding with the traffic on the other side of the road, our bus thief decided to go for a different let alone handling a Considering he was already bound to be charged, this young driver decided to swerve all over the road, at one point even heading into oncoming traffic. However, rather than colliding with the traffic on the other side of the road, our bus thief decided to go for a different target. Yeah, thankfully nobody was seriously injured in this crash, and the kid was apprehended by police shortly afterwards. If this kid ever wanted to steal a car again, let's just hope he looks for a game like GTA for his thrills rather than actually doing it in real life. But anyways, on to number 9. As far as police chases go, it's not uncommon to see a biker who isn't really keen on following speed limits enforced on highways. For this driver, though, he wanted to do a little more than go fast as he evaded police.
So these type of dudes that want to show off real quick. Don't want to show off. Check this out, man. Keep it flowing, man.
He's custody, and rather than keeping his eyes on the road and attempting to truly escape the cops, he kind of wanted to show off a little.
High-speed chase, but when he put his feet on the seat, that was more than some could stand.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. He is totally...
I mean, I guess if he's going to jail anyway, he might as well make it a ride worth talking about once he gets put behind bars. Crazy part is, the culprit in question actually thought it was strange that the police tried to kick him off his bike during his joyride. Regardless of if he agreed with it or not, the guy was inevitably caught and promptly paid the price for his reckless antics.
Old Philip Resendez was arrested for felony evading and driving the wrong.
Yo, did you see that meatball? He's standing on top of the joint surfing, showing off, and got knocked. Meatball. Super meatball. Want to show off and all that, but get apprehended. Proceed, man. Fucking dummy.
Wrong way.
What do you mean you didn't endanger anybody? You're standing on your bike going 100 miles per hour.
At the end of the day, nobody was hurt, and the guy apologized to his 2 daughters before being booked for his crimes. While he did walk away with a one story to tell, I doubt it was worth the time spent in jail. Number 8. Imagine you're out on a family road trip, RVing across the country. You stop at a place to rest and relax when some crazy lady hops in your RV and,
It was a demolition derby.
Oh, my gosh. Look at this.
A chunk of the RV was ripped away.
To make matters worse here, the lady brought her 2 dogs in the vehicle with her while she went for a dangerous joyride, and it gets really scary when one of the dogs does this.
Her dog.
There's Fido out there.
He's staring out of the gaping hole. Even the dog can't believe it. He's had enough. Out he goes.
Oh my God.
I mean, thankfully the pup limps away, but if this woman wasn't already in enough trouble with the police, considering her dog jumped out like that, I'm sure she's catching flack from PETA as well. She goes on to ram into other vehicles, leaving...
Staring out of the gaping hole. Even the dog
Yo,
can't
this
believe
is
it.
crazy. Do y'all see this, man? Look at the trailer, man. Got the dog hanging out on the driver's side, but out the glass. Yo, B, this is ill. Yo, man. Proceed, yo. It's crazy.
He's had enough. Out he goes.
Oh my God.
I mean, thankfully the pup limps away, but if this woman wasn't
Jumped
already
out.
in enough trouble with the police, considering her dog jumped out like that, I'm sure she's catching flack from PETA as well. On to ram into other vehicles, leaving a trail of destruction before one crash makes her chase come to a screeching halt.
Hold up, B. That was crazy. I gotta bring that back, B. Look at the dog. Look at the dog, yo. Yo, that's crazy.
Hey,
To make matters worse here, the lady brought her 2 dogs in the vehicle with her while she went for a dangerous joyride, and it gets really scary when one of the dogs does this.
Look at the dog, yo. Yo, shout out FTC, man. New York Nikki. Shout out to all my peoples, man. CBG, salute. Big Cat, salute, my G. But look at the dog, yo. Hold on, let me zoom this up real quick. Look at the dog hanging up. Look at the trailer. Look at the damn dog, man. And then the dog gonna jump out. Live action, proceed.
her dog.
There's Fido out there. On the
He's
front
staring
there,
out of the
front
gaping
the,
hole. Even the dog can't
just
believe
hanging
it.
out what once
He's
was
had
the winning
enough.
streak.
Out he
And,
goes.
oh my God.
I mean, thankfully the pup limps away, but if this woman wasn't already in enough trouble with the police, considering her dog jumped out like that, I'm sure she's catching flack from PETA as well. She goes on to ram into other vehicles, leaving a trail of destruction before one crash makes her chase come to a screeching halt. The only serious injury was to the pup that jumped from the car, who then had to wear a pair of casts on its front and back legs until making a recovery. If this lady is ever allowed to drive away again, I just hope that she decides to keep the pooch far away from any of the action. Number 7. If you were ever trying to outpace and escape the police, I'd imagine some of us would do just about anything to get away. Whether that be driving along the same highway at high speeds for hours on end, or even doing something as insane as boarding a moving train.
I had to stop for this train.
We are following this. Now,
The person
just
got out and ran. It looks like
right next
somebody
to the
else is
train
in the back of the
tracks.
vehicle too. But again, this person has
Yo, son got out of there, yo. Hello, bring that back, B. Son got out of there ASAP.
End, or even doing something as insane as boarding a moving train.
I had to stop for this train.
We are following this. Now,
The person
just
got out and ran. It looks like
right next
somebody else is in the back of the vehicle too. But again, this person has jumped out running on foot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to commend this guy's resolve in not getting caught. I mean, really, who here can honestly say that they would chase down a moving train just to board it and then attempt to evade the cops? Like, the man just sneaks.
Helicopter got him and everything, man. The helicopter got you, my G. What are you doing, son? Come
But
They're in the
on.
back seat as well. But again, this person running right along the railroad tracks, very close there.
You almost wonder if he's going to try to jump onto the train right there.
Look, he's
While the other 2 folks in the back of his car had already been apprehended by this point, this guy just kept on running until he was inevitably caught by police later that day. Well, obviously, none of us can condone his actions. I'm sure we can all respect the effort put in by this guy trying to escape. The man literally jumped onto a moving train. Number 6. If there's one thing we've all done while playing the Grand Theft Auto series, it's easily spinning out and crashing during a police chase. Naturally, the main vehicles following you are, of course, police cruisers, and while some of us just grab another pedestrian's car, the rest of us run straight for a cop car instead.
I'm gonna lie, yo, when I was younger, I used to love the GTA joint. Older man, now I don't even play that. My sons and them play that. But it used to be crazy. Word. Things done changed though, man. Word up. Let me proceed.
So when this guy totaled the first vehicle he stole, the next closest car just so happened to be that of the very officers who were meant to apprehend him.
Control smart cookies in general and seeing what's
what
going
is
to
he
happen
doing?
here.
Oh,
no.
This did not happen.
No.
Suspect is now
commandeered a CHP car.
Somehow he manages to evade the cops and even take off with one of their cruisers, and that's not even the worst of it.
To the woman who was on.
Son just hopped in the joint and got out of there, B. Yo. Check this out, yo. That's crazy.
In general and seeing what's going to
He
happen.
commandeered a CHP car.
Somehow he manages to evade the cops and even take off with one of their cruisers, and that's not even the worst of it.
To the woman who was on her hands and knees, both leaving
Definitely.
their car.
And there's another officer that's just clueless. He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know.
Oh, this is
Do they not have
I mean, you can't really blame the officer who keeps on going here. Like, how in the world would you ever expect that your peers would let a suspect get away and with one of their own vehicles?
Son passed the police in their own vehicle. They didn't even know. Listen to the people. Listen to the people in the news, man. Listen to them, man.
Other cruisers, and that's not even the worst of it.
To the woman who was on her hands and knees, both leaving their car.
And there's another officer that's just clueless. He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Do they not know?
I mean, you can't really blame the officer who keeps on going here. Like, how in the world would you ever expect that your peers would let a suspect get away and with one of their own vehicles? Well, I say get away, but the chase only continued on for like another 20 minutes before the crook was arrested. So while his maneuvers were pretty tactical, they didn't exactly pay off in the end. Number 5. The typical signs of a police chase are cars moving rapidly at high speeds, while occasionally causing a bit of havoc and even some destruction while trying to evade custody. For this chase, though, we're veering off on a different path. Rather than
this right here, this is the illest right here. Do y'all see this car right here on the highway, man? Look at this car right here, man. Look at this car on the highway. I'm gonna proceed so you can see the rest of it.
Then stepping down on the gas as hard as he could, this driver opted to do the exact opposite.
This was on the white Nissan for more than 2 hours. The suspect in no hurry to escape. Crowds of gawkers gathered on overpass.
You ever hear the song Slow Ride? It kind of does indicate to take it easy, but this takes the lyric to a whole new level. This driver even cultivates a crowd waving to those behind the road, acting as if it was his own parkway parade. And while this guy lives it up, he's got those police trailing at a similar speed until eventually the driver decides to kick it into high gear.
And went the wrong way down an access road to get back on the interstate. Then, enough is enough. A police SWAT car performed a pit maneuver and rammed the back of the suspect's car, causing it to slam into the concrete median.
After he's detained by police, it was revealed that the car was chock full of methamphetamine and that the driver was, of course, under the influence. And that probably explains why he eventually tried to make a break for it.
He had to be high. He had to be high, man. He had to be high doing something like that, man. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. Bro, that was crazy. G-Mac, salute, G-Mac. But yo, that was crazy. I'm going to bring that back again. Man. What was on some mind? That was crazy. Yo, check this out, baby.
Number 4. So far on this list, we've seen people try to escape the police on trains to a whole new level. This driver...
Look at this car, man.
Fort Worth police followed the white Nissan for more than 2 hours. The suspect in no hurry to escape. Crowd gathered.
Where he was going in that car, man? Where he was going? Come on, B.
Take it easy, but this takes the lyric to a whole new level. This driver even cultivates a crowd waving to those behind the road, acting as if it was his own parkway parade. And while this guy lives it up, he's got those police trailing at a similar speed until eventually the driver decides to kick it into high gear.
And went the wrong way down an access road to get back on the interstate. Then, enough is enough. A police SWAT car performed a pit maneuver and rammed the back of the suspect's car, causing it to slam into a concrete median.
After he's detained by police, it was revealed that the car was chock full of methamphetamine and that the driver was, of course, under the influence. And that probably explains why he eventually tried to make a break for it. Number 4. So far on this list, we've seen people try to escape the police on trains and RVs and even in other officers' cars. However, one thing we've yet to see and will likely not see for some time is a culprit trying to...
I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Ralph, I see you. G-Mac, I see you. New York Nikki, I see you. Shout it out. Like my boy Sonny Blanco say. Chip Low, 2 L's, baby. You already know, all the way up, King. We here, man. Word up. I'm just watching this journey right here, 10 most insane police chases, man. And some of these dudes been doing the illest on here, man. You know what I mean? Having a quick reaction on it. You know how we do. Switch up the content real quick. You feel me? Everybody talking about the same thing. But, you know, I like to give different content. You heard? But, yo, check this joint out, man. I'm going to proceed.
to get away on his longboard.
Traffic clutching the longboard. And then came the move worthy of a movie, if only it had worked. For 5 seconds, the suspect tried to skateboard away from officers in hot pursuit on foot.
Before all this, the man was being pursued by police in a car he'd previously stolen before crashing into the back of a driver. He caught if he did nothing, he did the first thing that came to his mind and tried to carve his name in the history books by attempting his own version of the Great Escape. With that in mind, though, if I were this guy, I probably would have just thrown it away and ran as fast as I could, but then again, regardless of what method he used, there was no escaping the long arm of the law.
Police were closing in. The same red pickup cut him off and practically pinned him.
Whoa! Who's that guy?
Next time he decides to try and evade the police, I just hope he brings something a little quicker than a longboard as a backup plan. Number 3. In most police chases, people start in a car and end up running on foot, but this chase begins on foot as the criminal was originally caught and was being treated on a stretcher near an ambulance. But right before he was processed and cuffed, he opted to jump up and take the emergency vehicle for a spin.
Police say they shot him 3 times as he reversed and hit 2 officers in uniform. For almost 90 minutes, Werewski leads police on a tour of Frankfurt and Cotman Avenues and side streets around the boulevard.
It takes a special kind of person to take an ambulance, vehicle typically used for transporting the sick or injured, and instead use it as a getaway car. Then again, considering he was going to be charged for assault anyway, it makes his desperate attempt at escape seem a little more understandable. But regardless of whatever vehicle he decided to steal, it was bound to need a tow after the chase.
For 4 minutes, he tries to get in front of Werewski. His persistence pays. He flattens a front tire before spinning out.
Finally got the right tire, and he still was going. He was down to like 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, this tow truck driver is definitely a hero for his actions here, because shortly after he popped the guy's front right tire, a spike strip finished the job, making it easy for the police to get the criminal back in custody. And while the chase only went on for like 20 minutes or so, it definitely lasted much longer if it weren't for this truck driver showing up to work early. Talk about dedication. Number 2. All right, if you can't tell by now, these chases...
Yo, did you see son jump on the skateboard? Jump on the skateboard and try to get out of there. Pardon me. Jumped on the skateboard, yo, and tried to get out of there. That was ill right there, but got knocked. Meatball. Let's go.
Just come in all shapes and sizes, but the very last person you'd ever expect to see behind the wheel, well, are little kids. In the case of this 7-year-old, he had his first encounter with the law on a bright Sunday morning.
Weber County Sheriff's patrol car as the deputy followed the boy, unaware of just how young that driver was. It was a wild ride, but the little guy never went over 35.
And while you can't really tell that it's a kid with him just driving along, it gets a lot easier to see once he pulls up to his family's driveway.
They'll never find me under the bed.
Yeah, if I were to categorize the boy's skill as a driver.
The kid just ran right inside and told his dad that the cops were outside without giving him literally any context. So when the officer went ahead and told the dad what his son had been up to before church, she was just as confused as any of us probably would be in that situation. I mean, in all fairness to the kid.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I was young like that, I could drive like that when I was a young dude, man. Word up, real talk, man. I could drive like that when I was a young dude, man. Word, we'll proceed. Word.
Kid, when I was young, I remember always wanting to know how it felt to kind of like jump behind the wheel of a car. And while nowadays it's become a regular part of life for most of us, to this 7-year-old,
find me under the bed.
Yeah, if I were to categorize the boy's skill as a driver.
The kid just ran right inside and told his dad that the cops were outside without giving him literally any context. So when the officer went ahead and told the dad what his son had been up to before church, she was just as confused as any of us probably would be in that situation. I mean, in all fairness to the kid, when I was young, I remember always wanting to know how it felt to kind of like jump behind the wheel of a car. And while nowadays it's become a regular part of life for most of us, to this 7-year-old, it must have been an exhilarating experience. I mean, fair play to the kid. Honestly, it's just impressive that he came out of it uninjured and that he actually managed to drive pretty well for being 7. Next time, let's just hope he waits until he's at least 16 before taking his folks' car out for a spin. Finally coming in at
Get every lighters out and ready, cause here one non-stop fire. Roll.
This is Channel of Rebuilding. We another another production by Roadblock Prod MM GGCTV. This is Channel of We Rebuilding, another production by Roadblock Prod MM GGCTV. This is Channel of We Rebuilding. This is Channel of We Rebuilding.
Name in this game, surviving on real-ish. Don't get it twisted. We mind our business, we don't raise snitches. The game is endless, and we all know the game ain't hard. You play by the rules, you make it. No, the snitching hard. Name on statements, name on statements. Bang for a nigga what I ride for. 25 booth in the Iraq store. 200 cash on the flip out. No deeds, no telling. You can get your whole mouth ripped out. Young boy mingle with the fam. It's too much water in the hood. D's trying to build a dam. Too much smoke with no fire. HBO niggas in the hood. Everybody got the wire. Gotta keep it tight with my fam. I'm a serial kid. We cash golden for the grams. OT, I can't see that, but it's pure. You already know what it is, man. I'm gonna play number one real quick for y'all. Just want to thank everybody that came into place, man. You feel me? That supported your boy. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Here we go.
At our number one spot, we're taking a look across the pond to a pursuit that happened in London, England. Conventionally, if you're trying to escape police custody, your vehicle of choice would usually be something small and fast, right? Well, for this intoxicated driver, he opted for something with a little more destructive power to go about on his rampage.
Overtaken. It's just prior to the north end sort of roundabout.
Just pretty loud, but the vehicle just driving around. It must start to slip low.
Like I mentioned before, our driver here is under the influence, meaning that he likely has no regard for anyone else on the road. With that in mind, you can imagine he's not exactly the most careful when trying to avoid the very cops that are chasing him.
Yeah, it's still got an officer. You need to get yourself out of sight. If he sees you, he'll go for you. He already has done once.
He goes on to hit several other police cruisers along his trail of carnage. You see what I did there? Okay, kind of cringe. Well, anyway, of course, the driver was inevitably caught by police, but not before he caused plenty of damage to all of those police cars.
You know what I mean? Just want to tell everybody, just be safe on the road. We got these crazy drivers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You just be safe on the road out there, man, you know? Shout out to everybody that came through and to support your boy. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to start from the top. Shout out to CVG. Shout out to FTC. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York Nicky. Shout out to my brother G Mac. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Uncle Ralph. You feel me? Shout out to Chip Low. 2 L's up, brother. 2 L's up, brother. You know how it go. Forever. Like my brother G Mac said, y'all subscribe to the channel. We Rebuilding We TV. And we have a brother channel also. You heard what I said? It's called We 2 Rebuilding We.
Get every light that's out already, cause you want non-stop fire. Roll.
This is Channel of We Rebuilding, another production by Roadblock Prod MM of GGCTV. This is Channel of We Rebuilding, another production by Roadblock Prod MM of GGCTV.
Let's go. Salute, y'all. Black blocks, dealers and fiends will put you people under for the food. I stay humble until you cross the line. Like conversating with me. Bunch of friends at one time. I had to multiply the violent dead ends. I stay true to the game. Cause they are my true friends, and you can't change me from the man I am. I hustle hard from the AM to the PM. I need the big house, big yard, and the 2 BMs. And I ain't talking about baby mamas. I'm talking about wood grains, hit the lane for the haters, keep the llama. The 7.62s off the shelf. It's demon outside, living in hell. It's demon outside, living in hell. Where we dwell. Stay dangerous when you step up those doors. It's crazy, my G. It's too cold. Make sure you protect your neck. Have that thing on deck. Than I ever been before. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. I'm more focused than I ever been before. Get mine, homie, go out and get yours. The time is now, homie. Never walk with the blind and the phony. Separate the real from fake. Do the dirt by your lonely. But always keep a bunch of wolves. I stay hungry, no lie. Focus like me. Major Missy G, major work, major recruits. Putting that work, they ready to eat plans. Gather thoughts, bring paper. The ones that know, they pay their dues. And you'll lose. In this Hill Street blues, when nobody can save you in your shoes. And someone's eye the ooze, lubricated. Wait for your lips to move. Instantly, son, you can fry, so you can visit. Tupac, Elvis, Left Eye, or B.I. Lubricated triple beams. WD straight sitting. Lubricated, cock back, ready to hit G. See, life is what you make it, but some lose. But I've got nothing to lose. Some making their choices and some may choose. Some got their own options and some won't refuse. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas like me, we blow a fuse. Because I rep the concrete jungle. I hustle all day. Black top blocks, dealers and fiends will put you away. Years and years ago, I lived on this globe. Real dangerous when I flow. Earthquakes and volcanoes, I push with speed. And when I rise, they all remember me. When I come up to tear things up, no more living it up. The core tragedies amongst families, making it rough, drastically ferocity. Sweep the city and tear things up. They calling for help, but couldn't stop me. The time is up. I move the coast. I move boats and shit with coke and dope that you won't see. In the path of my wrath, I kill a whole army easily. And my name is Tsunami. The force that I bring is so vivid, it's not a movie. The force that I bring is so vivid, it's not a movie. So get with me. They call me great grandson of me. We're building we. See me. You already know what it is for me. When I'm dead and gone, to make sure my seeds is good. Yeah, I build them up. You know me, never flash the cash and spend fast, but make sure I spend my last for the children. Always be smart, stack bread like a building. OT cash, stash in the floor ceiling. Your fake boys hate, my teammates are killing. And we out now, we still locking it down in your town. We buying everything around. You see that land over there? I need it now. When it's cold outside, I do what I gotta do for that paper. When it's hot outside, I do what I gotta do for that paper. No cap. When the D's outside, I move around, change clothes for that paper. Be over there, I see you. All the time outside, I keep that thing on the side for that paper. That paper, for real.